Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you be watching this transmission from this great planet of ours. It is I, Mike Martins, bringing you another very special and informative edition of Trends in the Housing Market. Don't mind some of the noise in the background. My kids are playing upstairs, so they're pretty loud. So don't panic. Nobody panic, okay? Anyways, I want to send a special shout out to Metro Vancouver Housing Collapse page. They are sitting at, how many members here? Like 3,000 and change. 3,522 members. And there's a lot of fake accounts in here too. People with a lot of kind of want to follow the market and don't want to show their faces, right? So, anyways, I want to know what you guys are thinking in the markets. Because that's what we'll be talking about. The trend in the housing market. So, a lot of my personal friends are on this thing too, which is really cool. And I think Bill Ferguson here is the moderator on the page. So if you guys want to check him out and check out what he's got to say here. And he's got a post from way back in November 2017. Man, we're almost in November 2018. So I pulled some stories from here, guys. Just pulled some stories right off here. Some good up-to-date stuff on here. So don't forget, guys, it's called Metro Vancouver Housing Collapse. It is a closed group. So if you want to join, just go ahead and apply to join. And there's some good information on there. A lot of people are posting a lot of posts from, realtor.ca and stuff like that. So we're going to wait a few seconds here just until the people start rolling into the chat here. Yes. Dale Cunningham in the comments, he just sent a join request. Yeah, the person that approves it is Bill Ferguson. So he's in there, and he'll be probably even watching my show right now. So here we go for another special edition, and it is 6:38 Western Seaboard time. 9:38 New York time, and I think it's sometime the next day in the afternoon in the southern eastern hemisphere. It is the 18th of October 2018 in most of the world, and it's still the 17th of October 2018 where I'm sitting. And I'd like to join everybody. I'd like to thank everybody before I kick off. I want to thank everybody for supporting the transmission, and either you support it with Super Chat or you support it with the tip jar. It means a lot to me, because it actually feels like I'm getting some reward. Because for it, my reward is that, people wake up to see what's going on, and that's it. People understand what's going on, or people make a very, very informed decision before they go ahead and buy a house or a condo or whatever. Because real estate is one of the most important pieces, or one important asset you will ever buy in your life. So it doesn't matter. It's very important. So you must be informed. You must understand what is happening in the current market situation. What is happening when it comes to buying and selling? What's happening to renting? What's happening to the homeless? What's happening to couch surfers? What's happening to millennials? What's happening to the baby boomers? It's a combination of everything, guys. So I'm Batman out tonight. Hopefully the force of the bat can help me tonight. And before we kick off, I'd like to thank everybody that's sending me messages, positive messages. People doing positive things in their lives. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm really happy to see people doing the right thing in life. A lot of people sending messages and stuff. I am free. I am going to go ahead and move forward and work from home, which has been very lucrative for me. And a lot of people ask me, what's the deal with working from home? Is it really that lucrative? A lot of messages. It is, guys. It is. You guys need to know that it was just an unlocked thing for me. I just, after I got in and started learning the ropes and taking a couple of lumps here and there and a couple of stumbles here and there, I started to master the whole eBay thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing really well with it. Surprisingly, you guys be surprised of how well I'm doing with this. You know. So I'm surprised how well I'm doing with this. Holy smokes. Anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to throw this out there, and I love the freedom. I love being out with the family. I love going out with the kids. Kevin Thompson in the comments saying Amazon, Mike. You know what? I'm gonna be really frank with you guys. Amazon is not even covering 10-20% of the Earth's circumference. There's no internet company big enough to cover the planet. It's just too many people. There's too much. And with everything going online, I think I'm jumping on at the right time to build my presence. But no, guys. Amazon doesn't even, I don't even think they cover 15% of the world's market when it comes to online sales. I still think eBay is bigger because, like, everybody and their grandma's on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's move on. Better Dwelling, it's official. Vancouver condos are no longer a seller's market as inventory soars. So, guys, inventory is going up in Vancouver beyond belief. Greater Vancouver condo buyers are having a sudden shift in sentiment. Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver numbers show price growth continued to trend. Of rapid price deceleration in September. The deceleration was most likely due to rising inventory and falling sales. The condo market has now exited a seller's market for the first time in years. The Great Vancouver condo prices are up 7.4%. The price of a typical condo is a little cheaper in Greater Vancouver. Reported benchmark price of $687,000 in September, down 1.17% from a month before. The annual growth is still much higher, reaching 7.4%. This month's buyers are probably pretty happy. They saved over $8,000 on a typical condo. So here it is here, and here's the roller coaster coming down. Look at that. And that's when they dropped the foreign buyer's tax right here. And then you can see the little lump there, and then things go back up. It's because people want to jump on the cheaper inventory, right? So this is the condo market, right? Condo market took off when people realized that they will never have a chance to buy into the market, right? So people in the comment sections are rolling around. Let's move on. I'll get to the comments in a second. Worth noting that the annual pace of growth is decelerating very quickly. Last month, 7.4 follows 8 consecutive months of deceleration. The annual pace of growth is the slowest we've seen since August 2015. Let's not pretend these are bad price gains. It would be a monster climb for any other market. The concerns is the speed in which those gains are tapering and indicating correction may be brewing. So, here's a 12-month change. Holy smokes. There it is, 7.4 points right there. So we're going back to, what's this, September 2015. Is that what they said? Or August 2015? I think they mentioned that earlier. So we're about right here, sitting right here. It's like November 2009 kind of numbers. Greater Vancouver condo C median sale price fall over 5 points. The median sale price of condo in Greater Vancouver is falling lower. REBGV reported the median sale price of 680 large, down 5.55% when compared to last year. The median sale price is not adjusted for quality or size, unlike the benchmark. The indicator is popular with international buyers, however. Well, because the number looks better, right? Greater Vancouver condo median sale price. So that's dipping right now. Yeah. That's when it was February of 2018 when it hit its peak right there. Greater Vancouver condo sales fell over 44%. Condo sales are falling across Greater Vancouver. RBGV reported 812 sales in September, down 20.78% compared to the month before. When compared to the same month last year, sales are down 44.03%. Both the monthly and annual declines are way larger than expected. Greater Vancouver condo sales versus new listings. Here it is. So look, there it is here. Sales and new listings are going up. So it's like they're going wah. So they're just taking Greater Vancouver condo inventory soars over 92 points. There's a whole lot more condo inventory across Greater Vancouver. RBGV reported 2,417 new listings in September, up 39 points from the month before. When compared to the same month last year, new listings were 10.92% higher. The rise in new listings helped to push new inventory to highs we haven't quite seen in some time. Where's the whole supply and demand? There's lots of supply. Where's the demand? Come on. Oh, there's no supply to feed the demand. Well, look at all the empty homes. The total number of active listings for condos is higher, way higher. REBGV reported 4,613 active listings in September, up a massive 92.04%. When compared to the same month last year, the decline in sales and rise in active listing pushed the ratio to 17.6, the lowest since January 2015. A seller's market above 20. The buyer's market is below 12. The ratio of numbers is balanced. So here it is here. Cha-cha. So seller's market, goodbye. The market is technically balanced, but the rapid decline means the market could just be making a brief stop. The speed at which the sales are falling and inventory is rising shows that rapid shift in sentiment. The backdrop of higher interest rates and tighter lending conditions aren't likely to help the trend reverse either. So guys, that's from our folks over at Better Dwelling. I want to thank them for this. All right, let's head over to... I gotta wake up, guys. Someone saying Kelowna is expensive to live there. Yeah, it's very expensive in Kelowna, guys, and prices are way overinflated right now in Kelowna. Kevin Thompson says in Oakville, last week people were lining up 2 days before the condos were being released from the 300s. Cash Money says Marc-Andre Moses, Kelowna is basically a few points just shy of Victoria, BC. Crazy expensive. 145 large income needed to median home price in Kelowna. Then Marc-Andre says, okay, I understand. Kevin Thompson said, average income in my neighborhood is 170 large. Mike Brown Sanders says, yeah, Kelowna isn't worth the price. It's not. It's not bang for the buck. Don't wait, man. No way. Victoria made UBC report because of the population size. Lord Humongous says, greetings from the Humongous. That's our man, Lord Humongous, who is out of... Denver, Colorado. And Peter saying probably same about here, couple on about 170 large. Daniel O'Brien saying, I heard today that the secondary market people are losing their shirt and they are now being taxed. Yeah, we're going to get to some of that today, guys. Don't mind me, guys. It's been a really busy day for me. Oh, God. Watch some of my videos. And guys, don't forget, let's get to Vancouver housing collapse page here. Someone keeps messaging me on Facebook, and they don't know I'm live right now. I guess they could check on... no one's getting notifications on YouTube anyways, by the way, for my live show. Someone says, I tried to paste you in the link, Mike, but it's blocked. What's your Skype handle, Mike? My Skype handle is Mike Martins, MikeMartins, 1980. So people in the comment section commenting. Let's move on, guys. So don't forget to join, guys. Vancouver housing collapse if you're in the Vancouver. I don't know why this thing's all of a sudden got frozen here. There it is. Metro Vancouver housing collapse, guys. So condos are no longer a seller's market as inventory soars. Guys, please don't forget to check my channel out. It's pretty cool, actually. There's our trends in the housing market, all documented going way back last couple of years. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did this end up in trends in the housing market? Baby kitten plays on, so I gotta remove this from, you know who that's from, right? That's Antonio that's doing that. I gotta, let me remove this. There we go. All my trends in the housing market here, guys, going way, way back. Last couple of years now. And getting lots of Skype action here, guys. Lots of Skype action here. Lots of PayPal action too, guys. All right, let's head over to Skype here and see who's out there. Guys, I'll call you, okay? Oh, Christ, there's so much on Skype. There's so much on Skype. There's so many messages. Oh, Christ, there's so many messages on Skype. Okay, let's move on, guys, to the next article here. All right, let's the CNBC. This is kind of important. Fed indicates it's staying the course on a rate hike despite growing criticism from Trump. They're gonna have to raise interest rates. There's not much of a choice they have to do. They don't have much of a choice right now. They need to aggregate. They need to create an aggregation against a crash, and the best way to do it is to raise rates and to protect their currency, and also to protect the citizens, so their money doesn't become severely devalued, right? Because things cost more when your value goes down, right? Someone says, Sean Bowen says, Mikey, did you check your FBI messaged you? Sean Bowen saying that. Someone saying, brother, urgent advice needed. I don't think we're getting the full story on how much inflation we have. Oh, okay, so he's saying, brother, urgent advice needed from Sean Bowen. Oh, on Facebook. Yeah, I'll message you after the show, dude. I saw you messaging me there. After the show, buddy, I'll promise I'll message you. Don't you worry. Okay. So much going on, so little time. So what's going on here? So here it is here, guys. A summary of Open Market Committee session was released Wednesday. Participants generally anticipated further gradual increases in the target range for federal funds rate, most likely to be consistent with a sustained economic expansion, strong labor market conditions, and inflation near 2% over the median term, the minutes read. Members said that the meeting notes that there might be a period where Fed even will go beyond normalization rates into more restrictive stance. The Fed vote for quarter-point hike to its benchmark rate targeted at the meeting. So, very important information here.
After raising rates at the September meeting, participants anticipated that further increases would be consistent with keeping the expansion going. More so, a number said that it would be necessary to raise rates above the long-run rate to reduce the risk.
What did I tell you guys? Bonds are going to go up. Look at the 10-year. The 2-year T-note. Bonds are going up, guys. People are making money off their money now.
Of overshooting on the 2% inflation target. That is going a few favoring modestly restrictive policy. And they had a debate about this. Some said they favored that modestly restrictive policy. Others said, you know what? We don't want to do that until we see clear signs of overheating. So looks like the center on this is about going above neutral, with some wanting to wait a little bit longer until they have more evidence of that. Overall, the Fed agreed that a gradual approach to raising rates balanced the risks of going too slow or going too fast. On the economy, participants saw a stronger labor market. They saw an economic activity rising at a stronger rate. In fact, a few saw stronger growth than they had projected. There was a modest impact seen from Hurricane Florence at the time. A number said they saw stimulative effects of fiscal policy that it would likely, quote, diminish over the next several years. In fact, the staff forecast, I hadn't seen this before, sees below trend growth coming in 2021. Now, on some other hot button issues out there, some on the Fed Open Market Committee said trade is a source of uncertainty about growth and inflation. There was concern about the strengthening U.S. dollar and the divergence of the U.S. economy with other economies. There was concern about financial stress in emerging market economies and that could spread. Finally, on the upside, they said, hey, we could have better results from fiscal policy than currently seen in the forecast. Back to you guys.
So the dollar's doing well, so it's going to have to happen, guys. So they had an open market committee, and they're pro raising rates, and I think it's good. I think they should raise them even more, like quite a bit more, because then the bonds would be more attractive. They haven't been attractive in a million years now. Bonds will be attractive again. Savings accounts will actually start paying you money. Okay, hold on. There's lots going on here in the comment section. Don't listen to Steve unless you need plumbing help, says Kevin Thompson. Daniel O'Brien says, just saw a lumberyard owner and a contractor of Astoria, Oregon say the boom is over. Business has dropped down. Oh yeah, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, and the Oregon area. It's reached its tipping point at 407,000. People are out of reach right now at 407,000. Never mind cities like Vancouver and other cities where things are millions of dollars. And Steve the Plumber in the house, people. Cash Money says, Mike, the U.S. started the deleveraged on the long credit cycle in 2008. This is 75 to 100 year cycle. Do you think Canada started the rotation with the U.S. in 2008? No, not even close. No. Peter says, hey, Steve, you got the bounce on the Dow. We're hanging suspended now, but I think another down leg in the market's coming. Someone's Dale saying I have some Oz weed stocks. They've all doubled or tripled. Yeah, baby. So, guys, I did put some marijuana being legalized on my channel. I got some little radio show there that was talking. I made a few videos on that today. Sorry for the late start. Sorry for the late of everything, guys. It's just, Maria Padres is saying all these California plates in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, hay mucha gente que está entrando para Florida de California. Es un gran problema. And what else? Oh, Kevin Thompson's having a weed cookie now. What? So rates are going to go up, and what does this mean? That if Australia refuses to raise rates again at their next meeting, I think it was in November, or is it this month? If Australia, they have their open meeting, if they decide not to raise rates, good luck, Chuck. Their currency right now is in free fall. We're going to see where it's going to go. You're just going to have to pay for more. Yeah. So a couple of people asked me if I smoke pot today and stuff. I said, I don't smoke nothing, guys. I don't care about smoking. If I smoke, like seriously, I smoke a nice cigar. A nice cigar, a nice Monte Cristo, or a nice, beautiful Cohiba. Nice and soft, that's really nice. That's been sitting in a nice, beautiful humidor. It's got the perfect feel to it and the nice softness. Yeah, that's what I like, a nice Cohiba or Monte Cristo. Yeah, Florida foreclosures are skyrocketing. We'll get to that right now, actually. Let's get that on that right now. Very important, guys. Let's go to news. When will Florida recover from 8 hours ago? Let's check this out, guys. The state of Florida. Housing market poll. When will Florida recover? Okay, so this is nothing here. This is foreclosure help coming to statewide. Florida foreclosure statewide. Good news. Yes, it's true. Budgetary hardball. Foreclosures, auctions. Can't find anything. Let's put Florida housing. They do such a good job trying to... Hurricane. A lot of hurricane talk here. Florida lawmakers must stop directing affordable housing funds. Paying too much for a place to live. You're not alone. Strong economy aside, Florida homeownership hits bleak milestone. Here we go. Strong economy aside, Florida homeownership hits bleak milestone. And you know what the funny part is? That house is like 200 grand. That's the funny part of it. That's what other states. I mean, in Canada, like it's. While Governor Rick Scott campaigns for the strength of Florida's economy, there is no mention of bleak milestone the state has just reached, a record low homeownership rate. From the soaring pre-recession days when easy credit pushed housing numbers to new highs, the percentage of Florida households owning homes has now plunged to its worst level ever seen, with data going back more than 3 decades. State economist Amy Baker delivered the news this month to the Legislative Budget Commission as a part of the state's 3-year financial outlook. While home prices and sales have rebounded, more Floridians are now being forced to rent in extremely tight and costly market, she said. What is it back to normal is the home ownership rate, Baker said. So also shining light, Scott's personal wealth, including a $1 million investment in a mortgage and security firm. Nobody cares. And according to the latest figures, 64.1% of Florida's household owns homes in 2017. So less home ownership, so there's less people selling. Less people selling. Unfortunately, nobody's bought. Well, no. There's more people selling because they're foreclosing, right? So there's lots of foreclosures going on right now. Someone saying they're all flocking to Miami-Dade County. And probably Broward County, too. Cash Money saying, Mike, a house in Metro Vancouver is down 400 large from 2016, where it is peaked. All right. Yeah, so I got a lot of Florida housing videos that I put up, guys, and you know what's happening? It's kind of weird. Like, they really do a good job hiding this. Because, I mean, they do a really, really, really good job hiding these foreclosures. Because I know, because I spoke to a couple of friends down there. And I'll just get them to make me videos to see all the for sale signs everywhere. If we have a hard time pulling up any news, I'm going to go ahead and get people just to make videos down there for us to give us an actual boots on the ground perspective on what's happening. So, guys, just so you know, Kevin Thompson does have a condo for sale in Oakville, Ontario. If anyone's interested, you could check him up here. You can message him here in the comment section. Oh my God, I can't get words out today. Okay, back to this, guys. Guys, don't forget to join Metro Vancouver housing collapse. A lot of cool people on this. A lot of discussion that's going on. Lots of good stuff. Lots of important stuff, actually. Let's go back to BC. BC minister says new speculation tax brings balance to housing crisis. Victoria, British Columbia proposed a speculation and vacancy tax is aimed at cooling an overheated real estate market and convincing owners of vacant homes in some urban areas to either sell or rent properties, says Finance Minister James. That's what Australia needs to do. That's what a lot of those countries need to do, and New Zealand. Now, remember, guys, I could bring up the France article for you guys. I don't care. I'll bring it up again so you guys know. Did not work in France, so what they did, it's Paris, empty homes. So just type in Paris, guys, empty homes, and right here. This is a very important article. I bring this up all the time because it's very important. So France did the same thing. They put a vacant home tax And now it didn't work, so they're doing a 60% vacant tax. Runaway real estate speculation has filing global capitals with vacant homes, creating artificial shortages in the world's most sought-after cities. The shortage has made local homeowners wealthy overnight, but it comes at a cost of turning lively cities into empty shells. The city of Paris has decided it had enough to implement a tax in 2015. They did not quite get the results they wanted, so they're now tripling it to 60% tax. So there it is, guys. This is the vacant home problems. I'll go empty homes. There's Los Angeles, 213,000. San Francisco, 30,000. Vancouver, 66,000. Toronto, 99,000. Sydney, 118,000. Singapore, 29,000. Paris, 107,000. Hong Kong, 42,000. And New York City, 308,000. And London, 59,000. So vacant home tax will work if you crank it up real good. And there's the vacancy percentages, which is like crazy. Nuts. All right, let's move on. Local housing market is still taking a breather, but runaway home prices could return. Yeah, the brakes are still pumping in Metro Vancouver real estate market, but the latest report on local housing comes with a warning. The return of runaway prices remains very real threat. It's a soft landing according to Royal LePage. We're not going to read this because obviously it's a bias. It's very biased. I'm not even going to get it. I'm not even going to go there because I don't want to call bullcrap on it. Now, let me just take a little sip here of water. Okay. Wow, we're at 58 people watching. Thank you. Walking Journey in the house. Walking Journey is a two-time world champion, guys. In the house. And, okay, guys. Mish Talk. Debt counselor phones at capacity in Australia over mortgage and rent issues. Okay, guys, let's go back to Mike Martin's channel here, and I'll show you something. I did a video of this. Let's see when the video was made. Wow, lots of Australia videos. Holy smokes. No wonder I get so many views in Australia. Wow. It's probably way back here. Let's see where it is. There it is. So it's been a year now. Australia Crisis Help Hotline out of control. It's got close to 3,000 views. That's the one I did about basically what they're talking about today. Where the hell did it? Here it no. Close that crap. Here it is. Debt counselor phones at capacity in Australia over mortgage and rent issues. Guys, this is going to get worse. The Australian, I got an insider, someone that is involved with this program that has told me that the phones, they have to do callbacks. They have to schedule callbacks a week later. That's how severely plugged they are. Severely plugged. The Don's in the house. Yeah, baby. eBankU. eBankU is in the house. My buddy used to work at 11:30 there, so yeah, I can agree. Dale is saying, Mike doesn't believe in drinking out of small cups or glasses. No, I need it to last, guys. Okay, what else is here? A lot of Silicon Valley tech moving to Denver. That's good. Cash Money says, I noticed you got some water filters. Smart move. Is regular tap water bad in America? No, it's mountain. It's not groundwater, so it's mountain water. So you get the fresh water come in the spring when the glaciers start to melt. So it fills our reservoirs and stuff. So it's not bad water. Steve the Plumber says this is going to happen in Canada as well. In fact, it already has started. Someone's asking, where am I drinking Kool-Aid? Nice Batman shirt. Yeah, It's just water, and then I put a bunch of strawberries at the bottom. And just to infuse the water with some flavor, because I drank a lot of water, guys. So Kevin Thompson, Kevin Thompson's got a condo for sale. Moving water. Anything from lakes is bad. West Kelowna on a 3-year water boil advisory. Peachland water comes out brown a lot of the time. Oof. Okay, so what's happening with these debt counselors? Debt counselors. So I covered the story here a year ago. There it is there. Let's see what it looks like. YouTubers. Mike Martin's here. Mike Martin's channel. Just hanging out in my garage doing some projects to catch up on some of my project videos if you want. Corny videos that pretty much go nowhere. So yeah, videos that go nowhere. You gotta watch those videos, guys. Alright. Let's get to the article here. Cha-cha-cha. The National Debt Helpline, the federal government-run financial counseling service, and it's on track to receive a record number of cases through its call centers this year. Many from older Australians who can't meet their mortgage and rent payments. Many calls from older Australians who can't meet mortgage or rent payments. They said that twice. Counselors have started fielding calls from people struggling to switch to principal and interest mortgage payments. Oh, the phones never stop ringing. The phones just never stop now. Financial counselor Greg said, they're just going on day after day after day after day. You put down the phone, you pick up the phone again. I sat with Greg while he took some calls. One man who called in had lost his job and the bank was on his back about meeting his repayments. Greg coached him through his options. Have you approached the lender in relation to the hardship arrangement, or have you approached the lender to talk about reducing your payments, putting payments on hold until you get back to employment? Greg asked. Short-staffed. Karen Cox coordinates the Financial Rights Legal Center, which runs the call center. Call volumes are huge, she said. We're at capacity in terms of the numbers of calls we can take. In fact, we're a bit short-staffed at the moment. Mr. Cox said hundreds of thousands of Australians struggled with credit card and mortgage debt, the most she has seen in her career managing financial help call centers. Salvation Army hotline. In addition, the the Salvation Army is flooded with calls. The Salvation Army's financial counseling service, MoneyCare, warned it was at breaking point in 2017-2018 financial year. MoneyCare saw 18% increase in Australians seeking help. The service has seen big increases in the number of Australians over the age of 55 reaching out for help. The deal with what it calls severe debt, which is debt at more than 6 times the person's annual disposable income. Australians who need help can contact the National Debt Hotline. The phone number, guys, is 1-800-007. 007. Again, 1-800-007-007. Again, 1-800-007-007. Gee, who would have possibly think this could happen? Did we hear that home prices only rose and buying homes was a retirement plan? It's so easy to buy a home. It's so easy that this 13-year-old kids were buying homes. Flashback 23rd of 17. A 13-year-old kid buys $552,000 home. I remember this article. Bought the house because they were afraid that they'll never afford to buy. Now, look at the bright side. I mean, when he gets to maybe 30, 40, the house might be back at where he bought it, the original price he bought it for. Buying a house could be quite scary, especially when it's your first purchase and renovation. There are so many things to think about. I suspect there is a bit more to think about now. When the liquidity dries up, leveraged property buyers are royally screwed. So that's that, people. Those call centers are going nuts right now. And I think they're going to start, they're going to have to expand into other call centers and stuff. So, Steve, don't you ever threaten me again. I'm the last... Whoa, 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 what's going on here? What is going on here? Okay, guys, I'm going to see... Whoa, 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 what's going on here in the comment section? Kevin Thompson... hold on. Let me revise the comments. Steve Plummer, this is going to happen in Canada soon. Kevin Thompson says something. Kevin Thompson, why am I on timeout? So then he's on timeout. And then Kevin Thompson says 1460. I'm not going to read that out. It's someone's address. And then you keep going down. Mark Andre Moses says goodbye. See ya, buddy. And then Steve the Plumber says, Kevin Thompson, okay, I'm in Oakville now. I'm coming to your building. So come outside and sit in my truck. We could call the show tonight. I want one of those weed cookies. And then Kevin Thompson says, why am I on timeout? We are little kids here. I don't know what's going on. Guys, I'm going over to Kevin Thompson's house now. Stay tuned. So Steve the Plumber's on the way to Kevin Thompson's house to pick him up and get some information on what's going on his end. And then Kevin Thompson wrote a message, and it says, oh, it sounds like it's a threat. And then Steve the Plumber says, Kevin Thompson, don't you ever threaten me again. Wow. Wow. Wow, there's fighting. Wow, there's a lot of fighting going on in the comment section right now, guys. Everybody needs to calm down. Okay? Calm down, everybody. We're just talking here, okay? This we don't have to resort to fighting and violence. There's no point. There's enough violence in this stupid world. All right, guys. And Owen's in the comments. My man Owen, I like Owen, man. Owen's in the comments. Wow, this got serious fast. All right, all right. Okay. Here's what could happen to Australia's housing market if more borrowers fall behind on their mortgage. So this is from a few hours ago. Ooh. Tighter lending standards could lead to more borrowers being forced into arrears on their home loans. Yes, we know that. And that's why we're here tonight. However, research from RiskWise Property said that major East Coast markets leading the downturn are well placed to absorb such a shift. Okay, I could see that being true if the places pay down. So basically, if the properties are paid down, maybe like 30-50% paid down, they could absorb it, provided that's the case. RiskWise CEO Doran Pledge said the impact of mortgage delinquencies needs to be assessed within the context of Australia's two-speed housing market. Tighter lending standards have been cited as one of the major catalysts for Australia's housing market downturn, and for the downturn to turn into a crash and pending credit crunch would most likely have to give a rise to a sharp increase in mortgage delinquency rates. Right now, the number of borrowers in arrears on their home loan is low. Okay. However, some have speculated that may change as banks crack down on credit and more borrowers are forced to switch to principal and interest mortgage repayments. A sharp rise could result in more forced sales, which could exacerbate the existing price falls. So you got price falls, and then you got more inventory jumping on the market, right? So everybody's here. Okay, it looks like everyone's cool down in the, oh, someone's calling me. I don't know who's calling me. Okay, I don't know why this guy's calling me. All right, so I'm gonna ignore that here for a second. I don't know why somebody's calling me here. So, yeah. Anyways. But according to research from Wiskwise Property, the major West Coast markets... Okay, so well placed. So I don't think they can. But there you go. But that's my opinion. There could be some small pockets of increased supply and reduced profits. But overall, there won't be a tsunami of forced sales. Riskwise CEO Dorwin Pledge told Business Insider. There is only one very small proportion of people who bought very recently, experienced price reduction, and are struggling with mortgage payments who are potentially at risk. Okay, so they're saying there's not a lot of people at risk. Here it is. New South Wales is what we're looking at here. Houses, 72% units. Houses and units, a percentage of higher growth than above CPI benchmark, and higher growth than national benchmark. So this is basically telling people to relax. Nothing's going to happen, which I highly doubt. We read this one already. What else we got here from Better Dwelling? See what they got here. Let's look at their top stories. It's official, Vancouver's condos are no longer a seller's market source. Toronto condo prices hit a new all-time high. Sales declined further. Canadian September real estate sales make largest September decline since 2007. Terranet National Bank, Canadian real estate prices flat in September. This week's top stories, Canadian real estate buyers to be hit with new regulations and credit growth falls to the lowest level since 1983. So, prices have gone down. And then Kevin says, call in, explain your reasons which real estate investment makes sense in current markets. Guess everyone is interested. So everyone is interested in what's happening because Kevin Thompson's is having an 80% return on his property. And everyone's pretty excited about that. And I would like to know, what you guys think. So hold on. Steve the Plumber saying here, Lord Humongous, I don't know what the problem is. I didn't threaten him. I simply invited him to come into my truck so we could call the show and eat a weed cookie. Kevin Thompson says, never going to happen. Prices can only go up. And then Kevin Thompson says, sorry, Steve. And then Lord Humongous says, yep, Peter, I'm getting out before that happens. Crossing fingers. Mike, you have to show us what your private costume looks like on Halloween. Pirate costume. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm growing a little bit of facial hair. I got the dreadlocks. I got everything ready to go. Hi, y'all. Everybody coming into the chat here. Someone saying, are you closing your store just because of online trolls? No, it's not online trolls. It's many online trolls. And what's happened is it's on... it's not too much on Google Maps. It's more on tons of people. It's a person that's making multiple accounts on Facebook. And they've been messaging my wife with these fake accounts. And she's pregnant. She's stressed. I've been under pressure. I've been given the finger every time I go out by that same person. Constantly getting told off by that same person. Constantly, it's not worth it, guys. I opened that store for the community to have a place, something more like of a community place, a place for the people to be, right? And it's just not working out. A lot of people in town don't like me, so I don't want to change the town. I'm not changing anything. I like how it is. I like how it's nice and quiet. Nobody bothers nobody, and I think that's phenomenal. I think that's really good, and I want to keep it like that. I want to keep to myself and my family, and I have a family to raise, right? And it's not just online trolls. It's a lot of online trolls with basically one person doing it, right? Behind the whole thing. And crank calls at the store, you know. Yeah, brick and mortar in the right location can make a killing. Hi, Mike. Just wanted to introduce the bail-in law here in Australia. Is there anyone who can give more info? Thanks. If anyone knows about the bail-ins, put something in the comments for us to know, or leave a link or something. So, guys, yeah, so that's what I did. It wasn't just some online trolls. It's been going on for almost 2 years. And my wife is severely stressed. She's super stressed right now, and I don't want to see her like this. And and she's pregnant, and it's not worth it. It's not worth the store, believe me. It isn't. I opened that to pass the time, have fun, kind of, you know, have fun with the community, and yeah, it's not gonna fly for me, guys. Not anymore. Anyways, let's move on. Zero Hedge. European car sales plunged 23%, dragging market lower. So, guys, this is very important. Well, Mike, what do car sales have to do? Car sales have a lot to do with what's happening in the housing market because of consumer confidence is going down. Consumer confidence not doing well. And Daniel O'Brien in the comments section just said, I just heard that mortgage apps are at a 20-year low. Oh, for sure. Let's look up mortgage applications, see where it's coming from. Oh, consumer confidence is... Mortgage applications hit lowest levels. Mortgage applications sink 4.9% as home buyers pull back. Mortgage applications fall. Multi-year highs fall. Interest rates will stay low for 20 years, says Bank of England expert. I wouldn't bank on that. There's no way. England's in a really big poop storm right now. Let's see what's going on over in England. Watch this. London. Let's go to London first. Now the braving Brexit. See? Prime London housing market hit by Brexit. The number of high-end London homes being placed on the market has dropped a quarter as wealthy owners hold off selling. So they're holding off to sell right now, but everyone is blaming Brexit and Nigel Farage and Donald Trump. Everybody blames everybody else but themselves. Owen says, Mike, please accept Kevin Thompson's call. I will. Yeah, Kevin Thompson, if you want to call. A lot of these people in Australia have never seen a major downturn. Yeah. Look at the DAF, Martin North, and John Adams go through the bail-in legislation in depth. I want to call. Hi, in France, they proposed me to do a 1% loan. Wow. So Kevin Thompson, yeah, you could call in Kevin Thompson. My Skype is Mike Martins 1980. If you want to add me to Skype right now, I would take your call because everybody in the comment section need to hear what's going on. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages from people upset that I closed my store, like local people in town, and it's nothing to go against anybody in town. I don't have nothing against anybody. It's just It's just, it was just a really bad business decision I made to open that store. I did make a good video series about it, so if you guys want to watch it, it's right here. It's a really good video series. Building a game store from scratch. Really good. Somebody told me that, I met somebody in the mall the other day. They saw this whole series, building a store from scratch. And all the ups and downs and all the work that was involved and all the work that was involved. Look, putting up walls now, this place was a dump when I moved in. It was an absolute dump. It smelled bad. And I really fixed it up. We lifted the floors. We did a really good job on this place. And you can watch the whole series there on my channel. So, let's get back to here. We're still waiting for Kevin Thompson to add me to Skype, or for me to approve him if he decides he wants to call in. So we're going to probably have Brooke on the show from New Zealand. She's saying, oh my God, the New Zealand media have a Trump derangement syndrome. So yeah, there's a huge problem right now. Everyone's blaming Trump for everything when all he's trying to do is trying to help his... another person just... Someone's asking me, somebody sent me a message saying, hi Mike, there's this property. How can this be $189,000 in Nova Scotia? I don't get it. 6 bedrooms, 2-acre house, madness. Well, yeah, no, it's buying power, right? So you get a lot more bang for your buck. Like here in Merritt, I bought my house for like $260. And this exact house with the land and stuff that I have in Vancouver would be like $3, $4, $5 million bucks. You know, $2 million bucks in the worst part of town. So it's bang for your buck. You know, in Miami, I bet you parts of Fort Lauderdale or parts of Florida, you could pick up that same house that he's probably mentioning here for probably the same price too. Parts of Georgia, you could buy it for probably cheaper than that. So people don't understand. Bang for your buck. Okay, people are saying, can I use a voice changer? Kevin Thompson wants to use a voice changer. Dude, no one's going to recognize your voice, man. Jeez. Steve says, call into the show, Kevin, and I will drop off $100 to your front desk security guard. No need to meet me. Owen says, I know, Kevin Thompson, not going to do it at all. Show and no action. Change your voice yourself. Voice changer, ha ha ha. And then Sport Lisboa Benfica says, hello, Mike from Ontario. Hello. And Peter says, Mike, what happened to Pocahontas? Is it still okay to be whites in the land of free? I don't know what happened to Pocahontas, guys. I know she never went to college. That's all I know about her. Okay, so that's that. That's covered. And then what else do I got here? So somebody says other people want to connect to me with Skype. And man, there's so many people want to connect me with Skype. Woo! So much going on. All right, let's find out what's going on with Australia bail-ins. They did it in Greece. And it's not looking good, so here it is. Australia scaring you bank bail-in laws. I am not a financial advisor, but I do believe I do have an obligation to at least make people aware of an incredibly pernicious act that the Australian government has quietly perpetuated against all Australians. It was sneakily pushed through the parliament on the 14th of February 2018 with just 7 senators present. It has been referred to as the ARPA Bail-in Law, the Crisis Resolution Bill, or just Australians Bail-in Law, referred to that is by half a dozen or so companies in Australia who have bothered to report on it. I was shocked to how little came up when I Googled it. To anyone who finds it and is being sold as a crisis resolution, which obviously means it's a good, just after all, what kind of scoundrel would be opposed to resolving a crisis, right? Essentially, legislation has been passed to use, steal, reappropriate, seize, spend investments and potentially deposited funds. The balance of your own savings account. Again, I'm going to say this again. Steal, reappropriate, seize, spend investments and potentially deposited funds. The balance of your own savings account to make insolvent bank solvent again. This is a scam of monumental magnitude. It is pure evil. So, guys, someone asked me about, Mike, it's a free market. What's going on? Why is it so hard for the small guy to get big and this and that? We should be able to open so many doors with the free market. No. We do not have a free market. And I'm going to tell you why we don't have a free market. It's because we have a central bank. If we didn't have a central bank, then it'd be a lot different. So we don't have a free market, guys. The central bank is what's controlling everything and pulling the strings. The tentacles! And with this jacked up government spending everywhere, and all this Mickey Mouse quantitative easing going behind our backs, nobody knows. So Kevin Thompson says, if we can raise $500 for sick kids, I will call in. Rent versus owning, do your math. Typical incomes in Canada means don't go over 350K max in debt. Yeah, typical incomes. Cash Money's right. We did this thing with the calculator. We did it a couple of times in the show. You can't go over right now, like the typical income of a typical household income in Vancouver, I think was 86,000 per household income, and the max they could go is like 385 is the highest they could borrow. Anything outside of that, they're in trouble. And Gene says, however, we discussed here in Washington about I don't know if that's Washington or West Australia, about the market crash. Nobody believes in that. Kevin Thompson says, I could bring a few guests myself. Bring on a few guests myself. So that's Kevin Thompson, man. So hopefully, we could... So let's go back to this bill here. It's kind of important. Bail-ins in the banking scam developed in the 2008 crash to enable banks to continue the wild speculation that caused the financial crisis, but covered their gambling losses by seizing savings of unexpected mom and dad investors and even depositors. Everywhere it has been applied, it has ruined savers and destroyed confidence in banks. So guys, this is how it works. I'll tell you how bail-ins work. Let's say I'm a bookie, right? And I lay bets. Let's say I'm laying the bets, okay? I'm calling everyone in town, say, yeah, I want to put 20K on LA to beat whatever. I want to put 20K on Boston to beat Toronto. I want to blah, blah, blah. So I lay the bets. So when the teams win, that I bet on, the teams win that I bet on, I go collect from those. But the teams that lose, I tell the other guys to go F themselves. And that's what the bank is doing. They collect when they win, but when they lose, they tell... when it's a loss, they go tell them to go F themselves. So the bank is in a win-win situation here, and that's what's happening. Peter's asking if I could sing a few lines from O Canada. Cash Money says a house in Vancouver that I bought in 2009 was costing me $2,750 per month when including all costs such as taxes, etc. Someone says entering the Vancouver market now would be about $200K cash down, and the monthly would be around $5 to $6K per month. Who would do that? Nobody. It's crazy. And the people that did do it are paying for it now, you know? So, anyways, I want to know if Steve wants to call in, because the shows are going on over an hour. If Steve wants to call into the show, it's fine. I'm not sure if he's driving, but if he wants to call into the show, that's fine. So let's continue this, because this is a really good one. What do bail-ins mean? Bail-ins is a great bankster scam. Historically, many banks have been legally required to separate depositor funds, your money, from the money they use to gamble on, speculate on stock market. In the U.S., that was known as Glass-Steagall. But that was repealed in 1999. So, guys, banks aren't lending on deposits, or banks aren't gambling on, they're just... Yeah, they're creating the fake debt for you guys to pay back with interest, and then they're not lending on deposits and the fractional reserve and all that crap. Steve said he'd call in 5 minutes. So Kevin Thompson says, "Is that you outside, Steve?" Sing for Canada, brother Mike. Wayward brother. Yeah, I think it's Steve outside. Emma's asking, when is the market going to crash? It is. It's crashing all around us. Market's collapsing. And guys, don't forget, guys, to... tip me on PayPal if you guys want, or super chat me if you guys want. Peter's saying, Mike, how do they create money out of nothing? It's kind of like magic. No, banks create money out of debt. And debt is what keeps this Ponzi scheme going, right? And then people pay it back with interest. And... The bank can't cover any of the loans. Most banks can't cover all the loans they have out. There's no way. They just can't do it. It's called, yeah, there you go. Lord Humongous said fractional reserve banking. For every dollar you put in, the bank creates $10 they could lend out. Yeah. So if you deposit $1 million, the bank just made $4 million they could lend out. And it's musical chairs. And if you, surprisingly enough, if you got rid of all the money in existence, everyone's debt will be at zero, which is really, really interesting. But that's just how it works, right? Brother John saying, Mike, what are you going to do for income with no store? Will you be okay? Oh, buddy, brother John, the store was more of a community thing I did. Kind of bring the magic of board games, tabletop gaming, RPGs to Merritt. Kind of what I did in Vancouver. I wasn't banking on that store to make any money anyway. I was just... it did well. It did really well, surprisingly. I just did it for fun, guys. I really did that store for fun. And I had a good time doing it. And I made a great series on it, too. No, I'm going to sell from home because my eBay sales... I took eBay as a joke kind of at the start. And I got a few lumps at the beginning with people like, oh, yo, this and that. Now I know who to ship to. Now I know where I could ship to. Now I've kind of mastered selling from home. It's gotten so good that it's outpaced the store by like 90% in sales. So I'm just going to sell from home, continuing. The store's there. I'm using it as a storage right now. So I can have my stuff there and then go pick it up as I sell it. And, yeah. Cash Money says, Mike, how do we visit when driving through now? Oh, just message me on Skype if you're in the area, guys. If I'm out and about, if you guys are at the Tim Hortons on the Hill, or if you guys are, you know, it's not a big deal. So Peter Oetzinger is saying, "What is money backed by? Nothing. It's fiat. It's not. It's not even real." Owen's going to bed because he's gonna wake up in a few hours. So good night, Owen. So Brother John says, make the store into Mike's Munchies. Yeah. No, I just did that for... It was a fun thing. I kind of wanted to work with the community, kind of, you know, make a bit of headlines, make people happy and stuff. But it turned out to be somewhat of a disaster. It was a bad decision, bad business decision I made. I should have just left it alone. But, yeah, you know, it was just something that... that I thought, you know, I thought maybe I could bring some love and joy to the town of Merritt. But I'm not changing anything here anymore. I'm not going to go into politics anymore here. I'm just going to focus on my family, because my family is what means... My family means a lot to me, so... And I am spending more time with them. Lots of time with my family now. And it's good. So there you go. Australia scaring new bail-ins, bank bail-ins here. In this article here. Wow. Absolute nightmare for people living in Australia. I think they did it in Cyprus too. And I think they did it in Greece. Let's see here. And then everyone tried to get their money out of the bank. Here we go. Cyprus bail-ins. The little-known toxic fallout of the central bank independence from the Cyprus bail-in, like other forms of financial contagion, has not remained confined within the national borders. This effectively allows the Italian government to inject around 10 billion of taxpayers' money to bail out retail investors in the banks. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's 2012-2013. Cypriot financial crisis. Yeah, so that's what happened. I know in Cyprus they did that, where they were doing bail-ins, where they would take your money to bail out all the gamblers. Dale Cunningham is saying that New Zealand has bail-in laws too. Kevin Thompson saying, save, you're only going to sell, tell us not to buy. Steve gets on, ask him about the bail-in in Canada 2016. Yeah, Great Canadian bail-in. Just trying to see. New bail-in regime for Canada. Banks will ease burden on taxpayer. The Canadian government has mapped out specific processes for creating so-called bail-in regime for the country's biggest banks. Biggest banks aim to keeping taxpayers off the hook in the unlikely event of a bank failure. The bail-in structure framed by the Department of Finance and complemented by the new loss absorbency guidelines of Canada's main bank regulator is part of a global response to financial crisis in 2008. The banks will have to begin to making changes next year, but they will wait until November of 2021 to reorganize their balance sheets to accommodate the new rules. Analysts expect impact. Yeah, man, Emma sent me $2. So Emma says, your vids help me de-stress. Thank you so much, Emma. Our oil selling at almost 20 barrel now, says Cash Money. The opposed to bailouts, which an outside agency such as the government. So a bailout is when the government takes your tax money, and uses it to basically bail out the gamblers. But a bail-in is when they take your personal money and use it to pay out, you know, That's pretty sad. It is pretty sad, guys. Thanks for the super chat, guys. If I feel like, you know, like I'm completing something, like I feel accomplished, you know. It always comes around, trust me. You give, you take. It's back and forth. No, Peter's saying heads you lose, tails you lose. No, it's heads you lose, tails I win. Heads you lose, tails I win. Think about it. So, beginning in 2018, all uncensored long-term senior debt issued by Canada's largest bank, those are deemed systematically important domestically, will be convertible into equity should the bank need to be resolved or unwound, according to David Beatty, a senior vice president and financial institutions group at Moody's Investors Service. There is no requirement for incremental capital. He said, this may be a slight spread premium for a new bail-in debt when issued. So it's going to hurt. I mean, if they start bailing in, and there's zero comments on this. Zero comments. It's almost like nobody cares. Take my money, pay off the banks. There's one I wanted to bring up here. It's condo flippers aren't the housing culprits in Vancouver and Toronto. That's a very interesting one. Because, I mean, here we go. Supply and demand. Who the hell is this?
Who the hell is this?
How are you, Steve?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, it's been a long day, buddy. It's been long. I woke up early, believe it or not, and I was up very early, actually, because of playing with the stocks this morning.
Right on.
Yeah. So I actually did pretty well. I have somebody, a professional financial advisor coaching me, so that's making life easy.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome possum, eh? Anyway, so what's going on with Kevin Thompson? It looked like you guys got into a feud there.
No, there was no feud. He threatened me to cause bodily harm by cracking my skull. I merely told him that he could sit in my truck and we could have a wheat cookie and call into the show. And he went from first date to ex-wife in 3.5 seconds.
Holy, that's a new record, eh?
Absolutely.
Yep. Grievous bodily harm. Okay, so what's going on, buddy? You said you got a call or something? You want to talk about that, or you don't want to talk about that?
No, let's not talk about that because that's just going to feed, a couple of things.
Okay.
And that's basically about it. We'll leave it there. But Kevin Thompson is a piece of work. He said he wanted to call into your show, Mike, and he wanted to disguise his voice by using a voice changer.
I think there's applications you could download for your smartphone to do that for you automatically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's that hard. I don't think it's that hard.
I get it.
Yeah. We're in 2018.
But don't worry, Kevin Thompson. I have better things to do than, swing by your place and camp outside. I have no reason to threaten you whatsoever, and quite frankly, you clearly are pretty paranoid.
Yeah, it's one of the side effects of doing a lot of marijuana. Speaking of marijuana's legal. Did you smoke a joint today?
I did not smoke a joint today.
Okay, I don't smoke. I mean, I don't smoke anything. Like I said, I only smoke nice cigars. That's all I smoke is nice cigars.
I hear you there.
Yeah.
Wheat stocks didn't do very well today.
Well, nothing did well today. Nothing. The whole TSX was down.
Yeah, but I did just before the end of the trading day. I did buy Aurora Cannabis. nothing crazy, about 50K,
Yeah.
because they went ahead and they made, I guess they got the approval for the New York Stock Exchange, so that's going to be pretty big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna boost. You're gonna see huge moves in the next quarter or two with them. So, yeah. You know, the markets look like they're doing good. Some markets are doing well, some are not, some aren't. TSX was down. I think the Dow was up, I think, a bit. I gotta check, but I think oil's up. Let's see where oil is, man. Where's oil, Steve?
I haven't even checked oil.
What's oil trading at? How high will oil go? Iran, the biggest X factor. So again, remember, guys, I've been talking about tensions in the market. Oil prices rally, revives offshore oil sector. There's a lot of tensions in the market, and I think oil is severely undervalued. So that's just what I think. A lot of financial advisors agree with me on that. But it's really hard to pick good oil stocks nowadays. And, yeah. So Brent crude is trading at 79.88 a barrel. And WTI crude is trading at 69.61 a barrel. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah, Dale Cunningham is all over it, so...
I just think oil's severely undervalued. That's all. A lot of these oil companies, like, yeah, the amount of infrastructure and machinery that they own and stuff, and collateral that they have. Yeah, a lot of them did go into debt. Yeah, a lot of them are in debt because of this oil slump we've been in the last 5 years. But you know what? I think things might change. So crude oil right now in the New York exchange is at 69.61 US per barrel. So
yeah, and Moby in the comments section saying Alberta is getting 20-something for its oil. Jesus Christ, they're getting slaughtered. That's horrible news.
It is. So there's tensions in the market right now with oil. I think things are going to... They're selling oil at a loss purposely to see if they could stay afloat. You know,
right?
Because I think that the barrel itself is worth more, or not worth more, but it's worth quite a bit of money, in relation to, you know, what the price of oil's at right now. But mind you, most of it's going through pipelines anyway, and most of it's going around through tanker trucks. So
where do you, in your opinion, where do you see oil being? How much a barrel?
Well, okay, let's go to Baytex, okay? Let's go to Baytex.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to Baytex TSX, okay? So, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not allowed to give financial advice. And do not listen to anything I say because I can't read, okay? But I really want to show you guys an example of what it is I'm trying to say to you guys, okay? So here is Baytex, and so here you got... a breakdown. Let me see if I could... I want to see if I could open this to, like, full screen. Okay, that's a little bit clearer. So, okay, $2.97, down 12 cents. Baytex hasn't had a change in a year now. It's still $3 a share. In a year, Steve. It hasn't moved. It hasn't gone up. It hasn't gone down. It's just floating in and around $3 a share, okay? Now, let's go back when oil was $130, $140 a barrel. Baytex in 2014 was trading at $46.65 a share. So
interesting.
So do you see where I'm going with this now?
Yeah, I see exactly where you're going with that.
So a lot of these companies are severely undervalued. And then a lot of people are like, no, Mike, that company should be worth $3 a share. Because, no. When you look at Baytex's collateral that they have, land, wells, blah, 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 that share should be floating right now at about $17, $18 a share, hands down. But because oil's been in such a slump since tail end of 2015, it's been a nightmare. So if you look at this, Baytex, I mean, think of the people, Steve, that bought in August 22nd, 2014 at $46.94 a share.
Yeah, I see where you're drawing the parallel.
So, oil per barrel comfortably for Canada to profit, for Venezuela to profit, for Angola to profit, it's got to sit roughly anywhere from $111 to $122 a barrel.
Yeah, I was going to say about 105 should be about the max.
Well, 111 is normal because remember what oil got to? It got to 130, 140 a barrel 5 years ago. So
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, but
that was a complete irrational exuberance.
But that brought down the price of gasoline because oil was making our money on the world market, so they didn't have to tax the hell out of the gas, so gas was cheaper. But now oil goes down, the price of gasoline skyrockets. Even though it's cheaper to buy the oil, it's still more expensive. They got to tax us to hell to make up the deficit, right?
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
You know, so
boring from Peter to give to Paul.
Yeah, that's what they're taking from us, right? And you know what they're going to start taking from us now? I don't think they're going to raise taxes too much, but I think what's going to happen is they're going to raise the price of food to crazy levels. What do you think about the price of food right now, Steve?
Food is way off kilter. It just makes no sense whatsoever why the cost of food is so high. Similar to the real estate market, the price of or the cost of food and the price of housing is so disproportionate to wages. It's not even funny. Mm-hmm. And it's funny. Kevin Thompson said something in the comment section, and he's actually somewhat right. It's not booming, but he said the $700 and below, I believe, is booming. It's actually not booming. In actual fact, $700 is or $700,000, I should say, is the threshold of affordability right now with two incomes. Mike, we've done this on the show many times, mm-hmm. and $700,000 is virtually the top of the market in terms of people's average affordability. And as that erodes, it will continue to be a landslide, and subsequently house prices have to come down because there's only so much people can afford.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Remember we did the math on that townhome in Coquitlam that was $600,000, and a person needs to make $185,000 a year to balance it out.
Sorry, you completely cut out there, Mike. What did you say?
We did a townhome in Coquitlam, $700,000 for the townhome. We did a whole price thing. We did deductions off pay. We did the whole 9 yards. We did the property tax. We did everything. And the average person needs to make at least $178,000 or $180,000 a year just to cover their nut.
Yeah, it's quite substantial. And if we do that again on October 24th or the 25th or any time after that, we're going to see that number change. And it may not seem like a lot at a glance of 20,000 feet, but if you look at it over a 25-year term, it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Because
it is absolutely a lot of money.
Oh, it's way too much money. So we are a price of food rise again in Nigeria. Food prices drive up in the UK. UK inflation falls. Singapore food prices pushing up. Food price index. Price rise in Bonaire. U.S. inflation slows. So inflation's slowing down. Every currency right now is crashing against the U.S. dollar right now. And then now China's consumer inflation is accelerating. factory jobs are slowing down. So there's lots happening here, Steve.
I agree. It's going to be interesting. Let me ask you something, Mike. I just looked up a certain individual's address, and let's just say the individual may or may not live. Well, let's just say he lives in Oakville, close to Glen Abbey, in a condo. Let's just say that for argument's sake. Now, the last thing that sold, or I shouldn't say it's sold, is 400. Let me just get this correct here. $475,000, and that's 28 days ago, and it sold conditionally. Okay, so basically, for 475 on August 16th. Now, on where are we here? March 29th, it sold for where are we here? $435,000. Okay, and they're basically 2 bed, 2 bath, both. So in that short amount of time, basically it went from 435 to 475. So $40,000. So my whole question is, if I'm an appraiser and I look at this, and I look at the difference of $40,000, and before that, I go to January 29th, 2 bed, 2 bath, that sold for $418,250. And that sold in February. So if you look at the jump, and they're the same properties, okay, plus or minus, we'll call it 10 square feet, depending on where it is in the building. My question is, how is that property going to appraise out?
Well, it's going to come back 15%. It's going to come back 15% lower than the actual value, because the appraisers are always it's always going to be lower, right?
Exactly.
So let me see.
Exactly.
So let me just jump here. Sorry, Steve. I'm just punching up Oakville, Ontario. Okay, got it.
Oh, go to House Sigma, Mike. Have you created an account yet?
Oh, okay, guys. Steve has some information. Very important information. Okay, what's the website called?
House Sigma.
House.
You can go on.
Stigma?
Yeah. House Sigma. You can go on. Yeah, and you can basically create an account, do what you need to do. So House Sigma, HOUSESIG for golf, M for Mary, A for Alpha.com.
I got it right here. House Sigma. It's opening right now. Okay, here it is. So this gives you the right prices. Oh, it's slashed. Price is slashing everywhere. Wow, price is slashing everywhere, dude. They got all different scores for everything, which is really nice, Steve.
Yeah, it'll tell you if it's a buyer's market, a balanced market, or a seller's market.
All right, let's see what's going on here in good old TO. All right, here we go. Let's look at this over here. Okay, all right. Regent Park, I don't know. Let's see here. Listing, 525. Look at this, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 585. Holy smokes. In Regent Park? 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 539.
Cash Money, I have not checked out Ovlix, but I will do that. I'm just going to make a note here. Hopefully it's not a porn site, but I'll take your word for it. It's got something to do with real estate.
So House Sigma, founded in 1996. Yeah, freeholds townhouse. Oh, it won't. It wants me to sign in, but I'll definitely.
Yeah, it's worth getting an account. Look at Kevin Thompson here. We got a bunch of wannabe agents here. You know what? I think Kevin Thompson is, in fact, a real estate agent. He's getting upset because House Sigma actually makes a real estate agent irrelevant in actual fact. And everybody can go on and see what the house sold for a year ago. It'll basically go back to as far as the data shows.
Yeah, which is really good. Which is really good, and it's really good information to have armed to, okay, so let's look at comparables. Okay, let's look at some comparables here. Let's go to Toronto and look at some comparables. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, let's go over here to blah, 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 blah. Here, what is this here? All right. So you got bachelors going for about 350 to 400,000 for bachelors. Still,
absolutely,
still out of range. Because what's going to happen is if they can't sell these, they're going to rent them out, and that's why Toronto's rent is at what, $2,050 is the average rent rate right now in the GTA.
No, Mike, $2,400.
Oh, $2,400.
You betcha.
It's $2,400 because no one could sell anything because there's more inventory in the market than what's buying. So supply and demand's not the issue, and it never was.
Mike, the amount of condo supply we're going to have by the end of the year is going to be absolutely crazy. And I spoke to a real estate agent today, and he agrees that there are certain pockets that will always hold their value within 10%. But in terms of the condo market being saturated with listings, and then naturally everybody not being able to qualify for any more than that magic number of $750,000. Everybody's being put into a pool, and everybody's trying to get into these condos because they need a roof over their head.
Yeah.
But at the same point in time, a lot of these condos aren't appraising out, so people can't get mortgages on them. That's why they're not selling.
Mm-hmm.
The banks aren't stupid. There's only so much a box in the sky is worth. This is not Manhattan. Toronto is not Manhattan.
No, obviously it's not Manhattan. Of course it's not Manhattan. They're trying to give it that feel of, Manhattan and, the feel of, luxury and this and that. But no, it's not going to fly. Wow, I'm way up in Belleville, Ontario, and houses are expensive up there too.
In Belleville, yeah, I have a friend of mine. He lives in Trenton.
Like I'm way up in Napanee, Ontario. Now I'm up in Kingston. Let's see what things are. Wow, things are very expensive in Kingston.
Yeah, Mike, you could spend hours on this site. It's absolutely incredible. I'm very interested. I guess Oblix. OVLIX. It's supposed to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a sec. Okay.
I haven't checked it out as of yet. Who said that in the comments section? Oh man.
So I'm past Kingston, heading to Cornwall, Ontario, to look for affordability in Cornwall, Ontario.
Cash money.
Yeah, let me see here. It's still kind of pricey in Cornwall because for $238, what you get for $238 isn't much. Yeah, for $239 you don't get much. You get 2 bedrooms. So you don't get bang for your buck out in Cornwall either.
Yeah, so things are migrating east, especially in Ottawa, out that way. Montreal is just gone, is so way out in left field. It's crazy what's happening there. And next to Bombardier, there's nothing really there in terms of industry-wise. It just doesn't exist.
Unless someone wants to move out to Nova Scotia. Let me see what the prices is in Nova Scotia. I mean, is it... Wow, let's look at Halifax here. Wow, there's so much for sale in Halifax, buddy. Holy smokes. Everything's for sale in Halifax.
Yeah, you got to be careful there, Mike, because a friend of mine's father moved out there and retired there. He lasted less than 2 years, and then he had to sell at a loss. He couldn't take it. He sold his property in the GTA for a decent amount of money, and then bought out there and was liquid, no mortgage, no nothing. And people really did not like him. The jealousy is just out of this world. And they literally treat you like you're a foreigner.
Really? Kind of like me in here in Merritt, eh?
Yeah, see, if I lived in Merritt, I mean, I don't know. I would not put up with what you kind of sort of put up with. I get it. You're not a fighter. You're a lover. But you know, if I lived in Merritt, you know what, Mike? I think you should invite Kevin Thompson out to Merritt because he's a pro at cracking skulls. So he says.
Kevin Thompson. No, I got a pregnant wife, and that's the thing. So I don't want to stress my wife out.
There you go. And Kevin Thompson could do time for his crime, and in return, you know, you could pay his mortgage because apparently he says it's $800 for the year.
Oh, really?
Apparently, or maybe that's per month. I'm not sure. I wonder how many houses he has to sell in order to cover his mortgage payment.
Okay, so here, I'm in St. John's, Newfoundland now. All right, let's see what we got here. St. John's.
St. John's is hurting.
Is it? Yeah, okay, we're getting I'm getting into some bang for the buck. 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, 64,000. So we're getting
Kevin Thompson will take 10.
Yeah, here we go. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, a nice townhouse, 69,000. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 69,000. Let me see here. I want something with a bit of land and a lot of. This one's got ocean view. I'm just looking around. Just you know. So Steve, any housing stories for us? Anything going on?
So the bank, believe it or not, 2 streets over. I won't give the address online, but Mike, I'll send you some photos via text or by email. And the bank has actually gone in and taken over the house. I didn't realize this, but this is the second one that happened in my neighborhood, and apparently it happened on Saturday. And by Tuesday, the sign, not so much the sign, but there was I noticed a sign on the window, and I didn't know what it was, but it was definitely from the bailiff or the sheriff.
Okay, yeah, okay. And why are they making? Why are they hiding this? Why are they working on hiding this so much? Shouldn't people be informed on what's happening?
Well, I said it the other night on your show. Organized real estate will stop at nothing to pump the market up with false, unreliable data. And just for the people who didn't catch the show the other night, Bill Soper, the CEO of Royal LePage, it was on BNN. You don't have to take my word for it. You can check it. He went on there and he said, now that NAFTA 2.0 is done, or USMCA, whatever you want to call it, is a done deal. Mm-hmm. Consumer confidence is coming back to the market. Therefore, house prices will continue to rise.
Okay. So I'm having a.
Go ahead.
I'm looking for some fake news here. Anyone have any links to some fake news in housing that could tell us that housing is doing great and it's bounced back and housing looks like it's on a all-time high and blah blah blah. Housing is the place to be. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Mike, why don't you pull up September numbers for Terranet, National Bank?
Terranet. All right, let's check this out. Terranet. I think I brought this up. I brought this up the other day. No, well, I talked about this the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hold on.
So as organized real estate was pumping the market, telling people it's fine, go buy, go buy. Things are looking up, things are looking up. Pretty much almost the exact opposite came to fruition in terms of the lag reporting from Terranet. And Terranet basically contradicted everything that organized real estate said. And anybody who bought real estate in the last 30 to 60 days was misled by organized real estate. With no repercussions, with the exception of their financial loss.
Okay, well, it says here that, let's go to Victoria first. Everything's up in Victoria right now. Month over month, year to date, year over year, it's up. And I believe that because everyone from Vancouver left Victoria. Now it's saying that Vancouver's up right now. And,
absolutely.
And it's saying that Edmonton is up except year over year. And Calgary's down, which is true. Winnipeg.
Cash money, you're absolutely right, by the way. There's so many media articles and releases, all bought and paid for by organized real estate in Canada, especially Toronto.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting why they want to severely mislead people. I don't understand why they need to rip somebody off, or they actually believe what they're saying. And that's the scary part.
No, Mike, let's make no mistake about it, okay? Organized real estate has gone ahead and basically went ahead and saying all this stuff so that their members basically go ahead and make money. They need sales. They need transactions.
Oh yeah, they're all going to sink. That's what happened in Florida when I lived in Florida in 2006, 2007. And I started seeing everything tanking. Oh my God. It's head for the door, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Consumer confidence is it's not there that it's not like everybody thinks. Consumer confidence isn't there. It's going to continue to decline as interest rates continue to go up. Job losses. We had a great conversation in a show the other night that basically outlined how many job losses are going to be a direct result of part-time employment.
Oh.
That's going to be a huge strain on the financial system and the economy.
You know what's going to get hit next, Steve? I know you're not gonna believe this, but you know what's going to get hit next after the retail stores, the big box stores, fast food.
Okay.
I see McDonald's closing down chains. I see Wendy's closing down chains. I even heard rumors that A&W might close chains. I'm hearing rumors that a lot of places might start closing some chains down. Not all locations, but some locations, right? And I think places like Taco Bell, I think places like Kentucky Fried Chicken might start closing locations. So it's not the big box retailer. I see a lot of like coffee shops closing down. So there's going to be a lot of small chain, small fast food places starting to take the heat. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Moby's freaking out that fast food's closing down.
Not all fast. No. I'm talking about you're going to see a lot less on every corner is what I'm saying. A lot less.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to see a lot less, and that's going to hurt a lot of jobs across the country. And that's going to be, a lot of people always thought that fast food is like permanent employment, right? But not the way things are looking right now. With the cutbacks now, and then now with America's threats towards China to impose a 25% or 30% tariff on China's goods, on specific goods, it's gonna hold Walmart back, and Walmart's just gonna pass on the savings to its consumers. Well, not savings. They're gonna pass the 25% increase onto its consumers. You're gonna see stuff like cat food, dog food, every little things that people don't think of much go up and skyrocket in price. And I remember when I was living in Florida during the crash, a lot of people were abandoning their pets because they couldn't afford to feed them. Yep. They even had news articles about it because there's so many abandoned pets in Broward County.
Wow.
Yeah. So Gene is saying just cook your own food, but the problem is the cost of good food, like to buy bell peppers, some fresh eggs, to pick up some good salted butter, sea salted butter, like to buy good quality food to make at home is very expensive, Steve.
Yeah, I know. I've noticed the grocery bills, and it's not good at all. I've also noticed a slowdown at Home Depot with respect to contractors going in, and I've made friends with with a couple of the managers there in the lumber department and whatnot, and they've told me that they've seen a pretty drastic decline in sales for 2x4s, plywood, 2x6s, insulation, drywall.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good at all.
Yeah, it's not good at all. It's definitely not good at all, because I was going to bring up the Porn Depot earlier today, because I was actually bringing it up in the show. I was at the Home Depot about a week ago, and I was looking around at some of the stuff they got going out there, and there was just nobody there. The place was abandoned. Then I asked one of the guys working in the ceramics area, I said, hey man, it's Saturday, it's like 3 in the afternoon, it's a nice day, or is everyone out picnicking and camping or something? He's like, no. It's like, it's been like this for 2 months. It's been dead.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to get an update from Mario DeSantis as well, the Lost Canuck.
Yeah.
See what's going on there. Kevin Thompson, another lie from Steve. Jesus Christ, buddy. Why would I lie about this?
Yeah.
Honestly, why would anybody lie about this? Nobody wants the economy to slow down. Nobody wants a recession,
No.
even if it's warranted.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody wants it. Nobody wants to, be down in the pits, down on their luck. Nobody wants that. We just want to warn people so they understand what's going on. Art and Soul in the comment section says, I actually have a dog I rescued from an abandoned house. She is loved and I adore her. So there you go. A lot of people abandoning pets, and it's happened before. Everyone's at Bed Bath and Beyond. Ghost malls, and yeah, ghost malls. Somebody sent me a link about a couple of ghost malls here in Canada now. Okay, so I got a couple of articles here that someone mentioned in the comment section. Denver, Colorado, right now is setting up storage units for homeless people.
No, really?
Yeah, and storage lockers removed in another state because people were living in there. Wow. So people are moving into storage lockers. Someone mentioned that in the comment section. Yeah. Public auction. Yeah, people are moving to storage lockers, and it's not good, Steve. There's a Vancouver one here. A Vancouver man lived in storage locker. He's got a YouTube video showing his bed and how he set up a makeshift toilet there. Steve, maybe we should do a video like living in a storage locker for a month, and do a documented video, a series of just living in a storage locker.
I think that would be great. Kevin Thompson, how much do you want to live in a storage locker for a month, buddy?
Kevin Thompson. I gotta get him. It'd be good if Kevin Thompson could do it for us. I mean, if he could live in a storage locker for, 1 month, I'm willing to chip in maybe $50 a day to see it.
For sure, absolutely. I'll chip in 50. I know Moby's good for 50. I know Moby. You'll pony up $50, right, buddy?
Mm-hmm. So, and Airbnb is out of control right now, with a lot of people getting scammed, and hidden cameras. Steve, why is everything so negative? What's happening, buddy?
Well, I don't know. It's not me, that's for sure. I think things are kind of starting to come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, I'll do 150. All right, you're in for 150, Lord. I'm in for 50. Mike's in for 50. Moby's in for 50. I'm sure Moby will pony up a couple extra bucks to chip in for Kevin Thompson's wheat cookies. I think we got him covered.
Yeah, I think we got him covered. If you could live in a storage locker for a month. And okay, I got one article up here. Are you okay? And this is from the Star Vancouver. Okay, this is a real fake news article from a mainstream media source. But I think you need to hear this. It has nothing. It actually might have something to do with housing, because when you look into it, everything starts to tie into each other. Right? Are you ready for this, Steve?
Yeah, let her rip.
Vancouver Society at center of vote buying allegations has ties to Chinese government.
Oh.
Yep. So Vancouver Society at center of vote buying allegations has ties to Chinese government. And this is the Star Vancouver. Vancouver, a Richmond, BC based society that has been named in the RCMP investigation into alleged vote buying, is part of a Canadian alliance that has met with Chinese government authorities, according to the official documents. The RCMP in Metro Vancouver said Friday they were probing allegations that the Canadian Wenzhou Friendship Society sent out messages on social media app WeChat offering voters $20 transportation subsidy while urging chat group members to vote for certain candidates of Chinese descent, including Hung Gu, an independent mayoral candidate for Richmond, and Peter Liu, a council candidate for Richmond First, and Melissa Zhang, a council candidate with Richmond Community Coalition. So, vote buying allegations. Is this a new thing, Steve, or is this just starting to take spotlight now?
It's the first that I've kind of heard about it, on the net, so to speak. But I'm sure it's been going on for quite some time. But you want to know who could actually comment on that is Moby. Moby knows his shit.
Yeah.
In terms of paying off, politicians and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Because vote buying allegations, RCMP investigations in Burnaby, Richmond, and Vancouver triggered anxieties about vote tampering in general and has raised questions about the extent to which foreign governments engage with Canadian politics. A RCMP spokesperson told the Star Metro that they could not disclose details of ongoing probe into alleged vote buying and would not say whether specific individuals are under investigation. So
wow.
Yeah. So this is dangerous.
That's pretty corrupt.
Well, when you get a communist country involved in our politics, involved or supposedly involved, I think that's dangerous. I think it's very dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I agree. It's a slippery slope once it gets to that situation.
So someone's telling me to look at Langley housing. No, never mind. Let's look at Langley crime. Langley, BC crime. Yep.
New condo development in Langley offering to pay first year's worth of mortgage payments. Supply has skyrocketed. Seriously, Cash Money, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cash Money just said something. That's crazy.
Yep. We are, Mike, you have discovered the hot water. I mean, out of the election. Yeah, there's too much going on, guys, to cover. I mean, I'm just covering the housing market in this show, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot of, I think, do you see crime increasing, Steve, with people defaulting on loans? Are they going to make, okay, let me ask you this question. Are they going to make honest people into criminals because they just can't afford to live?
I think desperation is going to set in at some point. And I forget who said it in the comment section. I think it was Peter or Tzinger. Anyways, we're just going to call him Peter. I pronounce your last name, buddy. Sorry. No offense. He said that we need a reset, and we absolutely need a reset in the economy. And we need some write-downs, some write-offs. There will be, continued, power sales and foreclosures, whatever you want to call it. And unemployment is not going to be a very good thing. It's not going to be kind to us. But as desperation sets in, the honest person will have no choice but to resort back to doing anything in their power to keep their heads, above water, or at the end of the day, eat. And it's funny. Your lock broke today, Mike, and I saw that. And it's funny. You could go buy, the best lock on the face of this earth. But a wise man once said, a lock is only going to keep an honest person out.
Yeah. Yes. It slows down an honest person.
Yeah. So, Dama Data. I'm a broker in Toronto. 90% of new developments are offering agents 4 to 6% commissions and a ton of incentives for buyers, like mortgage-free for a year. Supply is skyrocketing.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dama Data,
okay.
Dama Data, add me on Skype, Mike Martin's 1980. I need you on the show sometime. Maybe we'll have you on next week's Wednesday show. My Doma Data, my Skype is Mike Martin's 1980. Add me on Skype, and I would like to have you on the show. Maybe give us an inside. We'll keep you anonymous. Don't worry, no one's gonna know who you really are. So mortgage free for a year, yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Doma Data. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's insane. I would actually get off the show if Doma Data wanted to call in. I'd love to hear his words. Being a broker in Toronto, and if he's a broker in Toronto, he's obviously got people working underneath him. So regardless, he's going to do quite well. But if he is a member of organized real estate and he wants to be honest, and he doesn't like Phil Soper from Royal LePage, then I'd love to hear what he has to say.
Yeah. So. The city of Langley is the 6th most dangerous community in Canada. So let's look at the most dangerous communities right now, especially with housing prices just through the roof. Wow, I guess the most dangerous place is North Battleford, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that is. Then you're followed by Thompson in Manitoba, Prince Albert in Saskatchewan. So this is up to date. This is a few days old. This is from Maclean's, guys. This is Canada's most dangerous places in 2018. So in number 1, we got North Battleford and Thompson, Manitoba in 2nd, Prince Albert, Saskatchewan in 3rd, Williams Lake, British Columbia. You know what? Somebody told me about this Williams Lake. Like, people break into people's houses like 3 times a month, and and then go knock on the neighbor's door and try and sell stuff. I'm not kidding. Steve.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Cash Money says, look at Vernon, BC, and I've heard Vernon is pretty crazy.
Yeah, Vernon.
There's some tough customers over there, and they will. They'll take out your teeth and try to sell them to a senior.
Oh, for sure. Grand Prairie's number 12. Lord Minister, Alberta's number 14. Princeton, British Columbia is number 16. What? And then now we're getting into bigger cities. Chilliwack, number 18. Regina, number 20. Wow. Saskatoon, 22. And they're all going up. Kamloops, an hour away from me, 23rd. I don't see Merritt on here. Fort St. John, Prince Rupert, Spruce Grove, Moose Jaw, Vancouver, 35, buddy.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Will they crack your skull?
Yeah.
No, Kevin, we'll just leave that up to you, big boy.
Let's go to Maple Ridge, 54th. I'm looking for Merritt. See if my town's on here.
No, in Merritt, they just, they talk trash about you on the on Google, and they give you the finger.
Oh yeah, for sure. Merritt. There's no Merritt on the list. Because they have smaller cities than Merritt on this list. I'm kind of wondering why it's not on this list. Yeah. Oh, it's only the top 230. It's only the yeah. So
Peter, America's in the top 10 for business harassment.
Yeah, for sure. Business harassment. Merritt's like in the top 3, dude.
Absolutely. You're going to be the poster child, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so people are saying, what's the population of Merritt with the surrounding Lower Nicola and all the other areas? Anywhere from 9 to 10,000 people. So someone's saying, what's the worst part? Okay, North Battleford, Saskatchewan. It's in a severity index of 353 rank. So let's go to North Battleford on the realtor.ca, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
North Battleford. Okay, here we go. North Battleford. Okay, a 2-bedroom house, 50 grand. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 50 grand. 60 grand. 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, Steve, 79 grand.
Jesus.
Yep, 79 large, 4 bedrooms, 1 bath. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 79 large. So I guess it's not that expensive to live there, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm sure unemployment is pretty high there.
Yeah. Because you could buy up that entire town if you sell a house in Vancouver.
Yeah, close to it anyhow.
Oh, finally, a house over 100,000, and it comes with a lot of land, too.
Do you have any storage lockers?
Yeah, no, storage lockers would be good, man. Storage lockers, I mean, if we could get Kevin Thompson in a storage locker in Battleford, where is this, in Saskatchewan? Yeah, Saskatchewan. I think he could do well in one of them. Yeah, I just can't get over, like, let's see some American homes here. Yeah, America. 26 grand for a 3-bedroom. Yep. So, Steve, anything you want to add? We're going into 2 hours. Okay, someone's asking me, what is the worst place to live in Ontario? So let's go back to the list from Canada's most dangerous places. So let's see what the...
Jane and Finch.
What's that?
Jane and Finch.
Yeah, that's not a city, though. That's just an area.
Oh, sorry, I misread the. Okay.
That's okay. Okay, so Thompson. Let's find Ontario. First, Ontario city. Worst place, most dangerous place in Ontario is Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, BC, Alberta, BC, Manitoba. Come on, Ontario. Wow. Okay, here we go. Brantford, Ontario is the first one on the list, and it's the 53rd. And it's a crime severity index of 95, and it's going up.
Yeah, that's crazy. Brantford's like it's like Hamilton's mistress.
Let's see if the Brantford, Ontario. Here we go, Brantford, Ontario. Let's see what the average house is going for in there. Let's see here. It's still like 500 grand for a house, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, Moby, not Bradford. Brantford.
Yeah, Brantford. Kevin Thompson saying...
Past Hamilton, buddy.
Yeah, this is past Hamilton. This is about 20 kilometers past Hamilton. Here it is. Yeah. I heard prices are going down too in Hamilton, big time.
Hey, Mike, check Oakville. I hear tonight the crime rate went up. There's a skull cracker walking around.
Good old Oakville, Ontario. What do you got going on in Oakville, Ontario here? The Lake Shore here. Let's see what they got in Oakville, Ontario. Good old Oakville, Ontario. All right, guys, let's put a little delusional mic here. Let's get some Zillow out. Let's go to Zillow. Let's see what we got here. Delusional mic. See what we can get. I want to find something over by Lauderdale, by the sea here area. But right by the beach.
Moby, send your information to your number to Mike Martin's. I want to call you. Come over for a glass of wine, buddy.
Yeah, Moby needs to do that for sure. Okay, so guys, I'm finding some pretty cool places here in Florida right now. 104 grand, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 800 square feet. It's got a community pool, 2 community pools actually, in a gated community in the intercoastal. So you can park your boat in your backyard. That's
incredible.
That's a nice retirement place, eh, Steve? A nice small pad, nothing to worry about, nothing to clean, you know?
No stress.
Yeah. I might do condo living when I get a bit older, you know? Okay, here we go. Gated community, 73,000. This is in the intercoastal, Steve, so you're living on a little island. 73,500, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's not bad at all, man. You know, because we're so used to seeing properties for like $1 million for everything, right? And here, Golden Beach in South Florida here. Lots of places.
Oh, Domadata downloaded Skype. He's a serious player.
Just got back, downloaded Skype. Yeah, he downloaded Skype. Maybe we can get him on the show if he wants to call in right now. Just send me a message, buddy. Mike Martins 1980. Send me a message. Let me know what's going down in your neck of the woods. Let's see what we got here for homes. Look at this.
Domadata, if you're gonna call in, pal, I'll get off the line. Just say so in the comment section.
Nice apartment here, $96,000. A mortgage is $417 a month, and that's right by not far from the ocean, walking distance from Golden Beach, dude.
To the moon. That's hilarious.
There's a nice Miami Gardens. I like Miami Gardens. They got a really nice mall in that area. 79,900, 2 beds, 2 bath, 1,140 square feet, $347 a month.
Craziness. Absolutely insane.
Oh yeah. And when you're in Florida, there's so much to do. You know, there's so many things to do. You're never home anyway.
Mike, if you moved to Florida, you wouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
You wouldn't have to do anything. And if you needed a little bit of pocket money or something like that, you know, go to Home Depot, hang out in the lumberyard.
Mm-hmm.
As long as as long as you can blend in, someone's going to pick you up.
Yeah.
Someone's going to give you a job for the day.
Mm-hmm. No, pocket money, I'll just sell stuff online. So I'm looking here in the Florida Keys, and it looks pretty pricey in the Florida Keys still. Yeah, Florida Keys is pretty pricey down in Key West.
Yeah, Key West is very expensive. and Naples is very expensive as well.
Yeah, Pirates Cove has gone down. I'm seeing here Pirates Cove and Isla Morada. They've gone down. Summerlin Key's gone down in price big time. You can pick up a one bedroom there for like 90,000.
So are things really declining down in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, Mike?
Oh, big deal, big time, too big time. Okay, here's a nice been on Zillow for like a million years. 1,636 square foot, 2 bedroom, 89,100, 387 a month.
Wow, where is that, Mike?
Miami. There's another one here. Northeast 191st South Street, apartment 2911, Miami, Florida. $88,400, $384 a month mortgage.
Does it say what the maintenance fees are, Mike?
Yep. $82 a month.
Yeah, you got to be careful there as well, Mike. When there's a downturn and whatnot, a buddy of mine got caught. And he picked up a couple of units for dirt cheap. One was his primary when he went down there and whatnot, and then the other one he kind of sort of rented out to a couple of snowbirds and people from Canada that he knew. But believe it or not, I guess a lot of people in the building stopped paying their maintenance fees, and next thing you know, they raised the maintenance fees on everyone just to counterbalance the deficit.
Mm-hmm. That's not good. That's not good. Because
no, it's definitely not.
It's not fair, right? But no, I mean, okay, let's go with the house then. Okay, then screw that then. Let's go with the house. Here we go. Three bedroom, bath, 100K. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 75K. 85K, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,686 square feet. South of Miami. That's a house, freehold. So, another house here, 90,293, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,690 square feet. And there's no what do you call it, maintenance on it. So I guess what you're saying, Steve, would be to kind of maybe buy freehold, I guess, right?
Yeah, buy freehold or buy in an area where it is a gated community, but the gated community is predominantly, snowbirds or, seniors that are on pensions or something along those lines. That's a sure bet that things get paid.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I've been told or told, to do so if I was ever going to buy down there again.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of big homes, like really big homes, like huge homes. Like, can you see your screen there, Steve? Can you see my screen, or can you see?
Yeah, I see it.
Look at that beautiful house, like a mansion, and it's got a pool. Look how big the rooms are, big driveway, and it's $219, $920 a month. Look at the pool.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is, there's some nice properties there.
And it's freehold.
Now,
it's freehold. So
now is that for sale by bank?
No, it's private.
Okay.
Here's another one: 4 beds, 2 baths, Pompano Beach, freehold, $225. It's a pretty big house, $945 a month.
That's crazy. All right, Mike. Well, I'm going to let you go. Always a pleasure to be on the show.
Yeah,
for
sure.
We'll talk real soon. And if Dome Data wants to call in, I'd love to hear what he has to say about the Toronto market.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Bye.
Take care, Mike.
Good night. So that was Steve the plumber, guys, and I've got so many things going on here on the phone. I should get a separate phone just for the show. And Moby just gave me his number. Good. Okay, guys. So if nobody's calling in, I am going to call it a night, guys, because I am getting very tired. I've been talking straight for 2 hours, and I have to hit the bathroom. So, just showing you these homes, freeholds, 200 grand, 840 a month, 3 beds, 2 bath, with a big backyard. And yeah, I just wanted to, show this to you guys, to show you guys that there's places, that you could afford to live, Oh, this one's cute. Aw, that's a cute home. Nice little retirement home. $169, $710 a month, 4 beds, 2 bath. Oh, it's got a big lot. 16,000 square feet. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the show. I'm kind of tired tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't going full force tonight because I'm just wiped. I promise tomorrow, next Wednesday, I'll take a day nap during the day so I could be nice and recharged for next Wednesday night. I promise. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Comment below, and guys, don't forget to tip my tip jar on PayPal or Super Chat. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and God bless.